Did you ever buy a plant on eBay and it got to you and you're like, well, I don't think this is what I signed up to buy? And that's exactly what has happened to me when I bought this plant as a Hoya australis lisa. And when it's sitting next to a Hoya australis lisa, it becomes pretty obvious that these aren't the same plant. Hi everyone, my name is Bridget with Liquid Amber Girl Gardening, and just wanted to share with you one of not my first mistakes on eBay buying plants. So wanted to save you a few dollars, maybe a lot of dollars, because plants are kind of expensive right now, and just show you something that was it should have been a little bit more obvious to me than it apparently was, because I bought it. But I'll be honest, I'm actually really thrilled to own this plant. I have been wanting a reverse variegated Hoya obovata, and I got one. Just that's not what I thought I was paying for. So hopefully this will help you out a little bit, and let's talk about some differences in these two plants. At first I thought, well, it does have like the different colors, the kind of creamy, and then more of a lime green with the darker outer edge. But then when I looked at it closely, I could see that it has these splashes, which a Hoya australis lisa doesn't generally have, kind of like these splashes that are very like a Hoya obovata, if you have ever seen or owned one of those. So that was a first indication that something was a little bit awry. The second was these leaves aren't really pointed. Now some of them are. Let me come down here and show you. So some of them do have a kind of pointed appearance. But if we come on over here to actual Hoya australis lisa, you can see a much more dramatic point. Let's compare them side by side. It's more pronounced, and the point turns down a little bit. Well, I guess this one does too. So you can see how easy it is to just be really, really unsure when you're, even when you have the plant in your hands. Sometimes it's kind of difficult to tell. And there's another really obvious difference that I'm sure you're seeing even as I'm talking to you about this. But the cuticle, which is the coating on top of the leaf, the cuticle on Hoya australis lisa, at least, probably regular australis also, is a super high shine. Like this actually feels like waxy, almost like it could be a fake plant. It is just so smooth and soft and kind of rubbery feeling. Also the leaf, if you look at it, is very thin. This does not have that shiny cuticle layer at all. It's actually very dull. You can see that the light from the window reflects off of the Hoya australis on the right, and there is zero reflection coming off of this Hoya obovata. Zero, like there's no light reflection really at all. And the thickness of the leaf, this one is really thick. I would say, just like a Hoya obovata feels almost like you're touching like a cardboard. It feels it's very, very thick, very firm, not nearly as pliant or pliable as these leaves on the australis. So there are a lot of kind of obvious differences when you have the plants sitting next to each other. The most obvious difference is kind of obviously the pink. So the reason, at least I am so crazy about Hoya australis lisa, is because of this color. Look, I mean, just look at this beautiful color. the new growth comes in with that beautiful bright pink. So you could say, well, Bridget, then why did you buy this plant? There's no pink. And I would say, well, because it doesn't have an active growing point, or maybe it does, but it's just so little right here that it's, you're not going to see anything pink yet. And that's why I wasn't immediately, I was probably trying to just make excuses to myself also, but a lot of it was like, well, why? There's nothing here to be pink. There's no new growth. These are all matured, hardened off leaves. So of course they don't have any pink. So that is why initially I was thinking, oh, it might be Hoya, Lisa. You just, everyone's plants are different. You don't know when you're buying from someone else if they've taken a cutting from a super mature plant, or, that all those things make differences in the way plants come to us. But it's pretty obvious here that I've purchased a Hoya obovata, reverse variegated Hoya obovata, and not a Hoya australis Lisa. So I'm still on the hunt. If any of you are out there selling your Hoya Lisas, let me know. Just kidding, I can't afford it. I think probably your best bet if you are looking at buying a plant, especially right now when plant prices are super high and you're not entirely sure, or in the case of this listing, the pictures were extremely blurry. It was like with a whole bunch of other plants, so you couldn't really even lay your eyes on like what it was or what shape it was in or how many leaves it had. Just those are not good pictures. If you're buying on eBay, at least, feel free to message the seller and say, I'd like to see a picture of a leaf close up, or something like that might be able to give you, or if there's something that you're looking for in the plant, ask, can I see a picture of this particular part of the plant? And that may help you make a more educated, it's still a little bit of a guess, but maybe a more educated decision in how you want to spend your money. So just some things to think about. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, make sure that you're subscribed so that you can see every time I make some weird plant buying mistake and I post it on here. Also, I have a lot of informational stuff on this YouTube channel. And if you enjoyed this, you might really like my website, which is lggardening.com. That is all kinds of blog articles. Some of them are like really informational, specifically about different types of plants. Some of them are more just fun content, but I'm getting a lot of articles over there. It's kind of really exciting. So there's a big source of information that can help you, and just a nice place full of nice people where you can interact. You can ask questions if you have like care issues or whatever, pest issues, all the concerns that we plant parents have. That's a great place to get a hold of me. I'm over there working all the time. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon.